Hey everybody, my name is Steven, and today I'm going to go over the generator section of Morphine additive synthesizer. Now this synth is really cool. I've been playing around with it for a little bit. And I've really been getting into it recently. So what I like about it is that it's different than a lot of synthesizers because it uses this thing called additive synthesis. And let me show you what that means. So if I have if you hear this bar is kind of like this sound. Now if I go, now I could change the sound by kind of pushing these bars up. If I go like this, I'm back to the original sound. If I go like this, I could change the sound immediately. It's really wild. I like this synth. I mean, it's blowing my mind what you can do with it. But so you could just go, you could hold a note and just change the sound like that. It's just amazing just by taking your mouse and go. And this is just using your mouse. Just drawing, just seeing what you could come up with. It's just really cool. And so this is the amplitude right here, amplitude, and that just means the height, like how high this is. If I go, the amplitude, the height of it, the height of this bar. Okay, so let me go back now. Now I'm going to go see this thing where it says tool and it says 1. We're going to go to now odd. This is a cool function, odd, right here. And it just brings the odd harmonics. So you have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and whatnot. So, and you could do that. Odd just does that. Then put that back down. Then there's even. And then there's thirds. You could do some crazy stuff because you can have. You could bring in the third. You could also mix them up. Like, so you take fifths. And I could do the odds. And then I could do filter. These are cool, kind of cool. Filter. If I click on that, I could take like a little section and bring it down. Make like something like this. So really cool stuff. So you could play around with mixing. Filter 4 is like a big area if I want to raise like a giant area. So filter 1's the smallest, and then it goes up all the way to 4. So that's the tools section, which is really cool. Now a panning's kind of cool. Click on panning. That just you could pan like, I'll just go to 1 right here. You could take like individual harmonics and pan them. That's crazy. That's crazy because you could take just pan each. You could pan them left or right wherever you want. So detune, you could even detune each harmonic too. And the velocity, I just leave that there most of the time. Velocity and window. This just means, like on the window, it just means which notes you want. If you go like that, it cuts out all the notes, all the harmonics, and it just leaves these. But I just leave that up for most of the time. I don't mess with those too much. I just stick with amplitude. And I stick with this tool thing right over here. And I play around with that. Okay, so that's basically it for this section, this breakpoint section. Now we're gonna go to the spectrum section. Now this is really cool. So, you're gonna like this. So, if I click Option Alt. You could whatever. If you use Mac, you could. I think it's Option. If you use PC, you could do Alt. So if you click Alt, you get these little boxes. And if I click on this first box, let's say I click on and I change this box right here. This box is gonna stay the same as before. So I could change this box however I want, like that, and then this box will stay like that. And so what happens is if I hit a note, like it takes 2 seconds, 0 to 2, to morph into from this one to this one, and it takes like 2 seconds. So it's really cool because you could morph from this to this one. You could do that, and then if you hit Option again, you can make another box right there. You could change this up a little bit too. Here you go. And it does like 3 morphing. You know, it's really cool stuff. Like really, and you could also, in each one, take the panning and then change the panning if you want. Go to the first one and do that. You know, it's pretty cool. So, man. And here, this is like your looping function. You could go like this, and you want to loop. Let's say it starts here, and then it... it'll just like loop inside in here. So really cool. And I could even sync it to the tempo if I wanted, like the number of beats, like 10 beats, and it would loop whatever your tempo is, and it would loop in there. All right, that's the spectrum section. Now the keyboard zone layout. This is really cool because depending on which part of the keyboard you play, you could say in here, from here to here, like in this zone, you could go to this amplitude, and like you could, let's go like in this zone, you could play this, and in here, and then you can see that. Let's make that a little. You're just dragging this so. You could play your different instrument. Let's say I go. And you could have split up your instruments according to, like, this could be a third instrument up here. You could, like, you know, do whatever you. I mean, this is the coolest part. So yeah, you could split them up, different parts of the keyboard, and this part you could morph to each one, like there and there and there. So all right, guys, that's a little tips for how to use the generator section. You could play around yourself, have fun with it, and next time I'm going to get to the next part and the resynthesis part, and stay tuned. All right.